Good morrow. Good morrow.
Good morrow.
It is me, Timothy the Third. Timothy J. Congdon the Third.
Very nice to see you on this fine day, Timothy J. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well.
Yeah, guys. Hey, what's up? I'm Kim Congdon. This is my co-host,
Alex Scarlato.
and this is another episode of Broad Topics.
Fuck yeah, motherfuckers.
Fuck yeah, motherfuckers.
Yeah. I'm excited about this one.
Me too. Mostly because we took a little bit of mushrooms.
We did. I feel like
Do we do this too often?
it's a lot of our episodes. It's a lot of our episodes where we're like, well, we might be on just a little bit of mushrooms.
We're like, not gonna lie, yesterday we were tripping.
Somewhere near a microdose and a regular dose. I don't know.
I think we're probably, yeah, we're right, maybe right at a micro.
It's like right at the
edge where it becomes fun.
yeah, like at the,
I did almost get lost in these tiles.
it's a hefty little microdose. Yeah, we noticed that the sound panels that we have here in the studio, they look real good from about an inch away.
Let me see.
They look real good. We've discovered that over the last couple weeks here.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like you can make them flow into the ocean, dog.
They really do start moving if you look at them close. That's enough mushroom to make that, like, I'm looking at it.
I'm not close enough. Honestly, I want to stand up and look.
Come
but
look.
Yeah,
Come
give me a
join me.
second.
Because, like, if you look, you can see.
I'm gonna look at this one.
Okay, she's behind me looking at them. I mean, if you could see Alex.
I just realized how much I feel it. Yeah.
Right?
Oh my God. Yeah, that's all just like. I love textures. Oh my God. A good texture really gets your juices flowing, Kim.
Nothing like a good texture to start your podcast off. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Me and Alex, well, Alex, you're for sure going to do it.
I am going to do it.
I have done it.
I was the
to a certain
person who
extent.
started this initiative, actually.
I'm so angry at you
I'm sorry.
for bringing it around and even like having me have to like question whether I'm going to do this or not. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like it's a personal choice, but like you should. Why not?
What if it's a bad okay, we should tell people what we're talking about
yeah, we
first,
should.
'cause
Okay.
This is weird.
Okay. So a couple weeks ago, just very recently, actually, we have acquired enough DMT for about 100 people, honestly.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say anything.
Don't tell on us.
Yeah, and it's in, well, it does make me like a little bit concerned that it's in cartridge form. It almost looks like a smoked honey pen. We got to be real careful with our cartridges.
I know.
Yeah.
I look at the cartridges now before I smoke them.
Yeah,
like,
I
very
would.
carefully.
I would too. You never know. I mean, you just don't want that to happen.
You don't want it. You don't want to leave Earth without knowing you're gonna leave.
No, I've been nervous. I mean, I thought when we ordered them, I thought that as soon as I got mine, I would be taking it.
I thought you would have done it last night.
Yeah, I thought that the day that it was in my hand, I would have done it that day. And then when I got home last night, I was like, I'm nervous. Like, I've never done DMT before.
You know what's crazy? DMT scares me so much that when I talk about it, it hurts my stomach. It makes me need to shit.
You're like,
thinking
it
about
makes you like nervous.
It scares the shit out of me.
But you've done
literally.
it before, and you
Yeah.
didn't hate it. You were
but
intrigued.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's intense.
I did read up on it
makes,
last
like,
night.
My stomach. It makes my stomach hurt. Like when you were like, what grade did you go to middle school?
Like 6th grade.
Okay, when like your first day of 6th grade when you're on the bus on the way to your first day of middle school. It makes me feel like that. Like, oh, I'm excited and I know it's gonna be fun, but I don't want to go.
Like I want to get there right now, and I also want to have never left my bed this morning.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm really excited.
It's making my stomach really upset talking about it.
They say that it really makes you lose reality. Like you have to let go completely and step into another place if you're able to like break through. And I'm so intrigued by that. Like I want to see what's there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm excited to see what you all experience.
Yeah. I have a feeling, I don't know. I have a feeling that the first try is not going to get me all the way there, because I think
that's what happened to me. I just had like some crazy visuals.
I've been reading up on the cartridges, and they say that like you have to like inhale, hold your breath, exhale and inhale again, like immediately, like get as many hits in as you possibly can before actually like breathing air
Before
again.
you pass out.
But also, like, I'm assuming that once you take the first hit, you're kind of like, it's starting to hit you and you're coming up. So I have a feeling I
wasn't
might
like that
chicken
for
out.
me.
I might chicken out on the second hit and be
No,
like,
it's not like that. It's not like it's coming up. It's like a bang. It's like a, you're not there, then you're there.
oh, you didn't feel anything at all, and then all of a sudden reality is just.
I remember
okay.
like I was hitting it and I was like nothing, hitting it, nothing. And I hit it, and when I blew out, it was like this. It was like if my brain released a warm blanket, and it was like all going over my body. And
That
then I
sounds
remember
scary.
I gave Lewis the pen, and I was like, it felt like I was dying, and I was like, it's okay now, like that. Like it was that feeling.
You let go.
Yeah, and I was like, it's okay now. And I was holding Lewis because I was like nervous. And I was like, I want to hold you. And then as soon as that came over, I like let go of him.
Wow, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Did you use a cartridge your first time too?
Yes.
And it worked.
Yes.
I didn't realize that. Okay. Because I know that when you don't use a cartridge, it's like a whole thing because you can't burn it. You have to like heat it.
Yeah.
I'll fucking start a fire in my house. I know myself.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I
You
can't
have to be
do that.
careful.
I can't be fucking around with fire and hallucinogens.
No. Yeah, I think it's better with a vape pen. It's just easier. You can drop it. You don't have to hold a lighter in your hand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did you go into it with an intention?
Not to die. To come back out.
I'll be back in 15 minutes. No.
It's crazy. It legitimately makes me sick to talk about. I don't know why.
That's
it's
crazy.
the only thing in the world that makes me like this.
We were talking about that yesterday. I don't know if you were here when like some people, if you just at the sheer mention of cocaine, they're like, I have to shit now.
Well, that's because
It's like-
cocaine is cut with things that makes you shit.
I know.
And that's like your body connecting that. DMT doesn't make me shit. It makes me so nervous.
That's crazy.
Like more nervous than anything.
And you have no desire right now to do it again
I
because it
do.
was so wild.
I would say my desire to do it would be, it's about at 35%, which is pretty high.
Pretty high, but also like not high enough to just do it.
Yes.
I get that.
Yeah. I feel like I got to prepare for it a little more. I want to be really comfortable with it when I go in because I want to have a good time.
Right. That's why I didn't do it last night because I was just like, something felt like this isn't the moment. Like I just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
And I figured at one point this week I'll be just chilling and ready and just sit down and do it.
I watched a Spirit Molecule on Netflix. No, on YouTube, and it was really interesting. Have you seen it?
But I've heard about it.
It was really good. It was basically saying that like, I might have this wrong, so fuck you guys if you're like, no, she's not right about it. But it was saying like DMT, all the components of DMT that make DMT are inside the body of like every living thing.
That I knew. Literally like bananas, fucking
Like anything alive,
grass,
has the
everything has
molecules,
it. Yeah.
And like it was like a bunch of scientists and like doctors and medical professionals and like people that have done their research, and they were all saying it's the one like language code that we all have in common.
And
it's the one language that we can all speak.
Is it,
in a sort of sense?
as it's unfortunate we can't look stuff up, but as I understand it, it's only present in like life forms. Like you're not going to find it from like a rock or like anything that's like
anything alive.
Yeah. It's got to be. So like even that in itself, just imagine this like this chemical that makes you fucking feel like you're traveling dimensions, and you know that it only comes from life. Like that's a fucking weird concept.
And it was interesting because of the fact that it started with people started doing DMT through ayahuasca. And they were saying in the documentary that it's interesting that ayahuasca was so readily available like in the jungle and in the woods that it's almost like DMT was meant to find us. Like and it's like in the fact that our body has receptors for it, and like you can't really overdose, you can't die from it. It's like it's almost it was such a good quote in the book or in the documentary. This guy was saying like in the future people aren't going to be like, hey, what books have you read to open your mind? They're going to be like, what chemical did you take to expand your consciousness? Like that's going to be like the difference
That makes so much sense to me, though.
Because it's really, when people say that mushrooms or acid change you, they're right. But they're wrong in the way that it changes you. Like, it changes you in a way where, like, your mind's more open. It doesn't change you where you're, like, a kooky fucking weirdo.
Also, your mind is, like, ready for things, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but, like, things that might have bothered you or whatever, just by, like, placing yourself in this fucking, like, crazy sensory world where, like, you're gonna be bothered and fucking... And, like, breaking down that barrier, I feel like it's just easier to get through regular life.
I agree.
Once you're used to that, you know? One of my favorite things is like I feel like every time I've tripped on acid, mushrooms, anything, it's like a very like lengthy experience, obviously, like 6 to 10 hours. And over that course of time, every time I'm like, it's crazy that they call this a trip, man. Because like by the time I get to the end of it, I'm like, I feel like it's been years since a few hours ago when I first had that fucking thought that just changed the entire trajectory of my night.
Many
and like
thoughts go into your head in that.
It's total overload. It's overload. But like I don't know, that feeling of just like being changed over the course of hours where you're like, I remember who I was when I took this stuff a few hours ago. Remember that girl? She was naive.
And
like,
you know that you're different already.
You could feel it. It's crazy.
It's very, very, very spiritual.
Kind of. And then even the next morning when the physical like effects are gone, you're like, well, I still know everything that I learned is still there. Like it's maybe not 100% there where it was last night, but I'm retaining like 70% of it, 80% of it, whatever it is.
I think I heard Rogan on a podcast describe it perfectly as like when you trip and you try to tell people stories of when you were tripping, it feels like you're lying.
Yeah.
When you're talking out loud, it feels like you're making things up because it's all sort of like...
It's too perfect. It worked out. It just happened too like exactly precise. Like I find things to be really precise when I'm tripping.
Well, I just find them to be like you know, it feels like a thing like when you see something as a child and you know you saw it but no one believes you. You know what I'm talking about? And where you're like, I swear I saw this, and they're like, all right, you're lying. And you're like, oh,
right. Yeah, because it all pertains
you're like,
to
am I?
Yeah, to fucking thoughts in your head. Like
life gaslights you back into believing you didn't see that when you tripped.
Right? Like the fucking, I mean, I've mentioned this, but the time that like it's forever going to be just one of the most crazy things ever in my life, that right before I tripped in my house alone for the first time, I was just like, everything will go okay if I don't see a big, huge, gross bug.
Yeah.
And then my mushroom, like literally the cup that I had crushed my mushrooms up in and eaten them out of and put it on the floor, that very cup trapped the biggest fucking bug I'd ever seen in my bedroom ever. What? It was just really trapped weird. There, unable to leave, and I was like, well, I'm okay with you now. You're not going anywhere.
That's crazy.
Crazy. But like the next day when I'm trying to tell somebody how amazing that is, they're like,
yeah, there was a bug in your room.
There was a bug in your room. Your shit's dirty. Like,
yeah, that's so true. It's like, no, you don't understand.
Like I knew this was gonna happen, and the mushrooms knew it was gonna happen, and everything was okay.
That's like when we almost got eaten by that cannibal in Central Park, and our mushrooms didn't kick in for 3 hours, which is bizarre, until the second we got home.
That's just not scientific.
It just doesn't make sense. And it literally didn't kick in. We were on a podcast. We were waiting.
And it's not like we were like super fucking anxious or something. Like we weren't on like high alert, fight or flight, like making sure that we didn't feel it. We were down to trip. I'd never been so down to trip.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the drugs? Where's the drugs?
It was like a beautiful day. We had hours and hours to spare. And then it started getting closer to like not having hours to spare. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we should just go home. These mushrooms weren't good. And then the second we got home and sat on the couch, I remember I looked in your eyes and they like dilated like so big.
Like just in front of you, just like opened up.
And I was like, and then I started feeling it, seeing your eyes. And I was like, do you feel it? And you're like, I think so.
It was so weird. I love, I don't know, like, by comparison with something like alcohol, like whenever I take hallucinogens, I feel like they're taking care of me.
Right.
Like I'm being taken care of from the inside. Yeah.
I want to take a moment and I want to talk about our sponsors, Smoked Honey.
Smoked motherfucking honey.
Smoked motherfucking honey. They are daddies. Every week we tell you about them, and you know why? Because they're the best product. I don't want to switch it up. I don't want anything else. I don't want to talk about anything else.
Actually, when I often get offered vape pens, you know, when somebody sees you with one on the street, they'll be polite and offer you a hit of theirs. And I'm always like, I have to be a bitch and be like, no, thank you. I have my own. I'm sorry.
I know. I feel so. And you know what? People
appreciate you, but alas, mine's better. So
that's true. I busted out a smoked honey after a show, and I was smoking, and I offered it to someone, and they're like, "Hell yeah!" And they took a hit, and they had their pen. And they're like, well, I have this. Like, they even knew.
Yeah, and you're like, well, you know, it's all right. Put it back in your pocket. You'll try again next time.
Yeah, it's like, brother, you don't give a hand job after giving a blowy. Okay? It's just not the way it works.
I just blew you. What are we doing here?
Yeah, why are you hand jobbing me? So yeah, dude, smoked honey's the best. If you're over 21 and you're in the California area, hit up smokedhoneyca.com or on Instagram at Smoked Honey. They're a great company. They put out the cleanest products. If you really care about, like, I know a lot of people that smoke weed really do care about their bodies and really like taking care of themselves. So
yeah, it's the future, man. It's 2018.
Yeah, it's 2018. It's, you know, now the new wave is taking care of yourself, and Smoked Honey's on board with that because they really clean out their distillates. They take out all the bad terpenes. They put in better terpenes. They have their own strains. They have strains you've heard about. They have dab darts. They have they even gave us a dab dart machine.
Yeah, they gave us a something called the Nectar Collector, which is a supreme way to consume your dab darts.
It's amazing.
It's crazy. I mean, look it up. If you're into smoked honey, you should totally get yourselves one. It's literally the best way to get that shit in you.
Yeah. Yes. It's like if Cheech and Chong had a baby with a bumblebee.
Yeah. It's a hot straw for your fucking distillate.
Whoa, a hot straw for your distillate.
Yeah.
You're so right. That's the best way
to
describe it.
I mean,
it's amazing. So yeah, if you're in the area, tell them that we sent you. Get yourself a pen, get yourself a dab dart, get one for a friend. These are perfect. Christmas is coming up.
Great holiday fucking deal.
This is a great gift for friends and family.
Any person, if I did not have smoked honey of my own, right, and somebody fucking
wrapped it up,
put that shit in my little fucking stocking on Christmas morning. Oh my God,
it's a stocking stuffer.
It's the perfect stocking stuffer.
So get yours, smokedhoneyca.com.
Fuck yeah. Let's get back to it. You got drunk last night.
I got drunk.
Kim spilled a drink on me last night.
I did. And that is the start of a real friendship. I don't think you're real friends with someone until you drunkenly spill a drink on them.
Can I tell you
it was a whole, like, it was a lot.
I didn't even go over the details really with you yet because I was on the board for Legion of Skanks, so I just, like, couldn't really move. I was, like, stuck in my spot. Kim spilled an entire glass of whiskey on me. It was just like so much.
It was a big glass.
It was a big glass. And I was like, oh my God, like, you know, we had ice between us and whatever. And Kim's just swatting drink off the fucking bench like this. And I was like, I leaned into her. I took my headphones off. I was like, just go get a towel or something, okay? And she takes my jacket. And
was it your jacket? I thought it was my jacket.
It was both of our jackets between us. She takes both of our jackets, sops up, and she goes, no, it's okay. It's okay now.
No. Oh, I'm confused. It did not go like that in my head. Whoa. From my point of view, I was like, oh shit, Alex is being a boss bitch. I was like, now I've disturbed her and spilled this shit all over. Everyone's looking at me in the audience. The fucking chat's making comments like, Kim's spilling her drinks like Lewis. and then so I
couldn't be more true.
I saw you sort of pick up your jacket to move it. And I thought you were going to go wipe it up with your jacket. This is what happened in my head. And I went, no. I'll do it with my jacket. Because I was like, if anyone's going to sacrifice their jacket, I spilled it. So I thought that I grabbed my jacket and I was sacrificing. But I guess I just grabbed our jackets and started cleaning it up.
And but my favorite was I was like, just go get some napkins. And you were like, no, it's okay. Perfect.
It's good. I got a better idea. Don't worry.
That's so fucking funny.
Oh man, yeah. I was drinking whiskey last night. Whiskey makes me sloppy.
I mean, whiskey smells so strong. Like when you spilled, I was like, how is she putting that in her body?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was a lot. I was hammered. Lewis gets so mad if I like, he's so funny. He's so maybe abusive. He gets so mad if I just like fall.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
No, you didn't. He gets so mad if I like go to sleep without him. Isn't that weird? Like I came home last night. Is it true?
That's horrible.
I came home last night hammered. I couldn't wait to get home. He makes me go to the deli with him first. I'm all drunk. I wake up from the cab. We still have to go to a deli. It's like always a thing. There's always a pit stop. There's never like just go home.
Okay.
So we go to the deli. He gets his fucking whatever. We go upstairs. He goes to the bathroom. I go into the room.
Shopping for diet foods at a deli is like a scene. First
my
of
God.
all. He grabs so much shit. Like, how are you gonna eat all that? What?
It's a lot. It's a journey.
Okay, so he's got all his shit.
So, and he goes inside, he's selling stuff. I'm just drunk. I jump into bed. Like, I jumped into bed, left my phone in the living room, and it just passed out. And like, probably like 10 minutes later, Lewis opens the door and he goes, "Really? You're just gonna go to sleep?" It's 1:30 in the morning. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, all right, good night. Like that, all upset. And he goes in the living room. 5 minutes later, he comes in and he goes, really? He was like upset that I committed.
What did he want you to do? Sit up and watch him play Fortnite?
Yeah, he just wants me to like be with him.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
It's fucked up.
It's kind of sweet.
If he's awake, I have to be awake. Like in the morning, there's no like.
It's unbelievably codependent, but it's very sweet.
I'm sick of the shit. 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 He's like, but the fact that he was like, really? Like he was shocked that I was drunkenly sleeping at 1:30 a.m. Like that's a fucking revelation.
My favorite fucking thing that you guys do is when one person's ready to leave a spot and the other person just needs an extra minute, right? The person who's ready to go is like, let's go, babe. I'm ready. I'm waiting.
That's mostly me.
This literally applies to both of you. This fucking
more
impression.
me, I think.
And then fucking 5 minutes later, person number 2 is ready to go and just hops up and goes, what are we waiting for? Let's go. And I'm like, oh, whoa, every time.
Well, here's another example of why he's annoying. We're at the studio yesterday, and he is ready to leave. He's like, we got to go, babe. It's time to go. I've been waiting for him to leave for a while now, so he's not, because BYM got canceled. He's like, oh, we'll have time to hang out, make some food at home. I'm like, oh, cool. That'll be fun. Nothing to do with podcast or comedy. Like, we can hang out together and not have to do anything that's not comedy. And takes him forever to leave. He finally steps outside, and then Robbie, the ad guy that works here, comes out, and Robbie's like, hey, got a couple minutes? And I go, okay, Liz, I'm going to go wait inside since this is going to be a few minutes. He's like, no, don't go wait inside. I'm going to leave you if you go inside.
You'd been trying to leave for like 40 minutes. I've
been trying to leave for so long. Now my choices are to stand in the cold. They're not, by the way.
Taking impromptu meetings.
Yes. Yeah. He's just starting a meeting. And then Robbie's like, well, let's go sit in the office. So they're going to sit in the office, and I'm going to come in here. He's like, really? You're going to go back inside? So my choices are just to watch the meeting or relax and sit on my phone. And he's just upset.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. And then you came in, you sat back down on the couch for a minute, and he came storming in a minute later. We're going.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah.
But I've seen it happen in the opposite direction, too. It's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, we're both fucked up.
Like one day, they're going to be ready to leave at the same time, and then they'll get married.
That's the day we get married. If we get married, Lewis will be late to my wedding.
Yes.
I have to tell him my wedding's an hour earlier than it is.
You actually do have to plan that.
Isn't that crazy?
Very specifically to be like, listen, we're at the altar at 11, and then you're really at the altar at
12, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, you know, he's going to have 700 things to do that morning.
Oh, my God. He's going to have a podcast he needs to put out. We have to do fucking Believe You Me with Bisping.
Harrington's at the tux store figuring something out.
I'm like, you're getting your tux now? He's like, hey, do you know any websites where you can get wedding vows written? It's like, we're getting married in 20 minutes. Can you you're a writer.
Oh shit, that's great.
I already know how this is gonna go down. He's
do
gonna
you-
go to the wrong venue. He'll go to the wrong venue. Just somehow.
You guys checked out a bunch
There's
of
two
places.
Selma Streets. I went to Selma Ave. It's on Selma Street. I won't be there for 2.5. Just go. You know what? Just go without me. Just go without me. It's our wedding.
Kim, are you trying to have a big, fabulous wedding?
No.
Really?
I want a big party.
Yeah. That's fine.
Not so much a big
What's
wedding.
the difference, though?
I guess
Do you want to get married physically in front of 4 people and then have 400 people over afterward?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Just not have all the randos of your life watching the vows. Is that the point?
I don't know.
get it.
I guess I do want a big wedding.
Yeah.
I was trying to be
I
humble.
was gonna say, there's no way this bitch is not having the biggest wedding she
I
could.
don't want a big wedding. I just want like maybe 20, 30,000 people.
You know, just like one step short of a royal wedding. Yeah, no.
I do want an elephant. I always think about it. I'm like, where do I want to get married?
Fucking home.
I want a fall wedding.
Near home is best. I feel like destination weddings are literally just maniacal.
Oh my God. I just won't go.
It's like-
I've had a couple of friends have destination weddings and I've been like, you guys are rude. I don't want
Bitch.
to leave the country for a wedding.
Do you know how much I need to love you to come to your destination wedding?
Yeah.
Holy hell. I don't want to go anywhere with
If my
anyone.
sister was having a destination wedding, I'd have to think about it, to be honest.
I mean, they would be really fun. I could see it being really fun if you're
Totally.
having a super small wedding and like the bride and groom are part of the same group of friends. That's something.
Yes.
Those are like 2 needs. Like,
Yes.
otherwise you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to fucking the Dominican Republic to see fucking Sarah marry what's his face. Like, you need to like know both people to go on a fucking big ass vacation for them.
Yeah. I would like to have a nice summer wedding.
Have you ever been on a destination wedding? Now I kind of want to go. Now that we're
No.
talking about it. Now I'm jealous.
I'd rather take a vacation not during a wedding. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm leaving the country, I don't want it to be for your wedding. I want it. If I'm leaving the country, I'm going to take that time for myself.
If I was super fucking rich though,
Make it longer.
no, you have a destination wedding that you pay for your fucking.
Oh yeah.
You pay for all your guests.
Well,
to
that's
go.
ideal.
Like, otherwise,
I want to get married.
go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
If you can't afford to bring everyone, don't invite anyone. Fuck you.
Or at least pay for like the
Flights.
stay or flights. One of the
Flights.
two.
That'd be great. I'll fucking put myself up for your wedding if you pay for a flight.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
But then you're like, I don't know, traveling with people's hard.
And people have their problems. People miss flights, and then you're like, "Oh God, my mother missed her flight, and someone's passport's not here."
You're also
oh my
hosting
God.
the entire thing in a fucking unfamiliar area.
And never mind.
Just
I
like-
don't want to get married anymore.
It's too
Sounds like
much.
a lot.
Well, I've had that thought. I mean, over the years, like when I was little, I was like, yeah, I'm going to have like a giant wedding when I'm older. And now I'm like, oh, that seems like a lot of effort.
I want mushrooms at my wedding.
Yes. Oh my God. Psychedelics.
Mm-hmm.
Psychedelics at the wedding.
At the reception.
What?
Not the wedding. I'll keep the wedding less psychedelic-y. I don't want people fucking tripping out during my vows.
Just crying. Everybody's
Yeah.
just crying the colors.
They're all touching us.
Oh my God. That would be fun. There should be more drug weddings.
Yeah.
People get fucking hammered.
Yeah, people get fucked up at weddings and like sleep with the bride's mom and shit.
I want to have, you know how like people come around with like hors d'oeuvres and stuff? I want to have somebody with a plate of joints
Yes.
that you just pass it out to
A
everybody.
comedian in California just got married and they literally had servers with joints.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And beautiful joints, like special
Yeah.
joints.
Yeah, oh
you
yeah,
know?
like maybe gold paper.
Yes.
Gold paper joints.
Or like something that goes like the fucking filter tip should say the
bride and groom's
bride
name.
and groom's names. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I also saw this really cool thing that someone did at their wedding where they put a GoPro onto a bottle of champagne or 2 GoPros and they just had the reception pass it around and everybody that hit the thing, it was just a video of everyone
Just
celebrating.
like taking a sip. That's
yeah, but like in the background you'd see people
and then
like, whoa!
yeah, you'd see them passing it
Yeah.
to each other like on the dance floor and shit. That's fun.
Yeah, I was like, that's a great idea.
That's so much fun. Then imagine you fucking like I picture all these weddings. So many fucking marriages end in divorce. So many. And then you look back on
I
this
feel like
like
less now though. Is that crazy?
is that true?
I feel like people, this might be a crazy thought, but I feel like people stay together like our generation stays together or will stay together more than the one before us.
I think moving forward, that's likely true. I don't know. My mom does divorce, like she does family law. She does divorces for a living.
Yeah.
So I feel very close to, like, my family. There's never been divorce in my family, but I'm like divorce is keeping us going. Like,
yeah.
We have our house because of divorce, baby.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, I feel like something happened in our generation where I think mostly women and men, but people just stopped like settling for what they thought they were supposed to have. I think people go out more for like, now we have social media, we have technology, you can find people that are into the things you're into, you know, like before it was like if you met someone that lived in your fucking neighborhood or if someone who knew a friend.
That's true.
Now you can go like, if you're like, I'm into like sticking my pointer finger in my asshole and like my other my eye in sand, you're gonna find someone else that likes that thing.
Fucking accessibility to people is like,
so I think people are
factor.
finding more like soulmates or people that they're supposed to be with or more on their level because like it's just there, it's available to be able to find someone. And I think that with a lot of our parents being divorced, when I was younger, I remember it was 52% of parents were divorced. I think with seeing that, I think a lot of us grew up and were like, well, we're just gonna find someone we actually like. Because I know a lot of our parents, our moms are just with our dads because they had us. You know, shit like that.
Totally. I agree with you. Yeah, the like things shift in the opposite direction.
Having to get married when you had a child was a huge thing. People don't do now.
Yeah, that'll fuck people up. Now, a lot of people are not meant to be with the parent of their child. Yeah.
If you imagine like now, if it was like it was wrong not to be married with a child, like so many people that aren't supposed to be together would just be married miserable.
Yeah, for sure. But I think there's a lot of different areas where like millennials or like our generation get a really like bad reputation where we're actually doing a lot better than the previous generation. Like relationships for sure. And I think that like the high level, like what you were saying, the high level of divorce in the past has led to like lower levels now. But like even when you look at shit like when we were younger, like environmental things started to be like more talked about and out in the open and stuff. And as a kid, I always had the mentality of like, well, how do you change that? It's just like something that's it's like on a path
and down slope.
Yeah, it's just going to continue. But like now 20 years later, I actually feel like our generation is kind of doing pretty good. And like we're the people who care. We care more than like our parents
My
did.
friend posted on Facebook that the other day she was at a Starbucks and a mom grabbed a straw for her drink, and then her daughter, who was nine, she grabbed a straw for her daughter's drink, and her daughter was like, "Mom, I don't use straws." She was like, "My generation cares about the planet," like right in her mom's face. And it's like it was like boom. It was. I remember when Go Green started, like that term. It was like it had to have been when I was in like 9th grade, so 2003, 2002, maybe even before. No, it was before that.
You weren't in 9th grade in 2002. There's just no way.
2004-5 I was. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying it probably started in 2002, like before that.
Right. Yeah, that's when I remember. It was like around when Al Gore was running for president and his documentary about global warming came out. Like that's when people started to like notice and care.
And I remember like Earth Day became a huge thing and recycling. I don't know. When I see people just litter blatantly, I'm like, I feel like they're animals. I feel like people that just litter are just gross animals. If you're listening to this and you litter, like you just straight up litter, stop or don't ever speak to me.
The environment.
I don't like you.
The area that you're in makes
gross.
Such a huge difference though. Because like when I'm in the city, it's so much easier to litter.
Yeah.
It's just so much fucking easier to litter.
But it's not.
When you see what's going on around you and you're like, okay, well, I could match this. Like that's usually
I'm
like
it's so cluttered. I don't want to make it worse.
Yeah, I mean you're a good person. That's good.
It makes me even
like,
when
what's one more fucking tissue gonna do on the street?
See, I'm the opposite. I see it. I'm like, this is I don't want to add to this. This is too much.
I should start being
I feel like
that.
Walking into a room of yelling people and being like, this is overwhelming. I'm gonna start yelling too. It's like, no, I'll just be quieter.
But doesn't it make you feel better? I can match you. Fuck everyone. What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? Littering? Ah! Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Our generation's fucking dope.
Yeah, I think it is too.
People talking shit on us.
We're fucking thriving and surviving with the economy we were given.
We staying together. We fucking making shit work.
We're staying together. We're making shit work.
I'm proud of us.
Me too.
We're taking a lot of mushrooms.
Well, that's true.
Maybe that's just us.
We're
I don't know.
expanding our consciousness.
Consciousness.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, no.
Consciousness?
Definitely not.
Consciousness.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's called a pineal gland.
Pineal gland?
That's what I always said.
Okay.
Pineal gland.
Okay, pineal gland.
Pineal.
Pineal.
Mm-hmm.
What's the pineal gland do?
I don't know, but it was so funny because we were watching that documentary and I was like, they were like, it's the pineal gland. Wait, which one is it?
It's pineal.
Yeah, it's the pineal gland. And I was like, he said it wrong. It's pineal. And Lewis was like, you're the only person in the world who will watch a scientist pronounce something and say that he said it wrong.
It's pineal, trust me.
Trust me, I know. I have one. Don't mansplain my pineal to me.
Don't talk to me about pineals. I'll show you
This
one.
pineal grabs back.
Oh, fuck. Whenever I think of those fucking, like, the circuits in your brain, like the pineal gland and shit, immediately fucking nervous one's gonna shut down. I don't know why. I can't think in those terms that, like, there's one little tiny fucking square inch area of my brain that's keeping my heart beating all the time. It's just chilling right here. And
like, if
that's
you think
it.
about mechanically how many times things go wrong
Right?
in the world,
Like,
something just stops, the fuse blows out.
Exactly. Where I'm like, okay, well, I could just go to bed tonight and that whole thing could just shut off. I don't know.
I was trying to explain this to someone earlier. If you didn't know, like, if you never did it and it was only going to happen for one night, if you were like, if humans didn't sleep and then someone was like, hey, we're going to start sleeping now. Like, people need to start sleeping now. It's going to be this thing at night. Like, how would you even explain
That's scary.
sleep to someone who...
Just gonna shut you down for a few hours. You'll be back. Don't
but
worry.
it's so much more than that too. It's not just you don't shut down. It's like you go to another world. It's almost like explaining DMT. It's like you're gonna lay down. You're kind of have to. I read this somewhere where sleeping's the only thing where you have to pretend you're doing it before you actually do it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, just pretend you're asleep for a little while and then you'll
be
fall asleep.
Yeah. So it's like, that's weird. You have to pretend to be dead and then you'll sort of go there. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
weird. Yeah.
Sleep is a weird thing.
Well, there's a connection, like, between like, just like the consciousness realm. So like when you take drugs and when you go to sleep, like, there's definitely a connection there of, like, you see similar things. Like, I've definitely been tripping and saw things that are super dreamlike, and I'm like, ooh, this almost felt like a dream.
Yeah.
Or like even just the feelings that you get where you're like overwhelmed with certain sensations in your dreams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I haven't had a good dream in a while.
Oh my God.
Like, I haven't been remembering them.
I'm still at that beach, sister.
Yeah?
Every night.
God damn.
And some days I wake up. It's so funny because, like, just now I did it. I'll have a moment where I'm like, no, I didn't dream about the beach last night. And I'm like, nope. That couch I was sitting on with Lewis was at the condo at the beach. That was that couch.
Yep.
I was still there. I was just inside at the beach.
You should try to figure that out.
I need to go there. It's amazing. I wish you could come.
You have to figure out what is sending you to this fucking beach every night.
Maybe DMT will show me.
That should be your fucking
goal.
Like,
to find the beach.
Set an intention of, like, where is this beach and why do I see it every night?
And it's like, I wish I could draw.
I'm gonna make you want to do this.
I wish
DMT
I could draw.
Now. I know.
So
I know, being able
beach.
to just be like, this is what it looks like right here from my mind. Boom. Take a look. I know. That's why I want to get better at drawing.
Yeah. I feel like it's in Puerto Rico for some reason.
That probably makes sense. Your ancestors are from Puerto Rico.
That's true. I am from there.
You've got a lot of bloodline history there.
It feels like Puerto Rico to me.
Okay, well, that's a nice small fucking area to
find.
To be finding
I'm going to Google some beaches in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. And you said it's like, it's an island sort of thing. Maybe it's kind of off the coast. Maybe it's a small area. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking take a look.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should fucking do DMT and set yourself up to figure out what that is. Now I just want you to do it. But like, come on. How curious are you?
I'm pretty curious.
It's something real. That's something real in your mind that's saying, Kim.
It's every night for now it's probably been 2 years because I've been saying 1.5 years for way too long.
Yeah, you take that shit for granted, but there's literally something in your subconscious saying, Kimberly, you are not going to have another dream until you figure out what the fuck's up at this beach.
That's true.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Like, that's fun. Like, what's going on there? That's fun.
Crazy. And it's a condo on the beach.
And it's a comforting dream. It's not like you're like, it's a terror where you have to fucking figure out.
I mean, and sometimes it's not great, though.
Yeah,
it's just
of course.
It goes day by day. Some days at the beach are great. And then other days I'm like, this is a weird one I had at the beach. So, like, you know, when you're at like a water park or a beach, the bathrooms are, like, the floors are always wet, like, from everyone in their bathing suits, like, gross. I was like in a gross bathroom. I was trying not to touch anything. And I look up. And this is at the condo on the beach, and a dirty, bloody tampon on the ceiling fell and hit me in the eye.
No.
So I spent my whole day at the condo looking for a doctor to test me for AIDS.
That's terrible.
And that's like
terrible.
Such a bad, but it was still
Holy
at the
shit.
beach. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but when you first get there, when you're in your dream and you're like, oh, this is that beach.
There's no first getting. Well yeah.
Like when you first acknowledge, like, okay, I'm in this dream and I'm at this beach again, are you kind of excited? Like, part of you is like, this is familiar. Yes. I'm in this very familiar place. I'm very comfortable here. Because that's the sense that I get.
I know
when I'm at that beach in my dream.
I can see the boats on the docks that I usually like. Sometimes we take them out for like a run. They're just always there with a key in them. There's just 2 boats, and it's like clear water. And like, I've swam there before where I saw a stingray and got scared and jumped out. It's like very real where it's like. And
do you have like rough water dreams sometimes?
Nope. Nope.
The water's always calm.
Crystal clear.
Okay.
Always calm.
I have a beach dream. We talked about it, how I have a very similar beach that I was going to for a while. Like 50% of the time it'd be really rough waters where I was like trying to swim, trying to enjoy myself, and like you almost can't get back to shore, can't get out to the spot where you want to be. Yeah.
I had one where my mom got stuck in a cave underwater at that beach.
That's like fucked up.
Like, the water was so clear that we were like, let's go cave diving. This is one of the scarier ones I had at that beach. And my mom was like, okay, cool. So I dove and I showed her how to like swim in the cave, and she did it. And when she was coming back up, her leg got caught in the rock, and it was like her head was a foot below the top of the water. Like, it was so close to just being able to breathe. So I kept going up and breathing, and then going down and breathing in her mouth. And then when I'd go up, I'd scream for help, but I couldn't leave her because she'd die. So like, I just had to like keep screaming.
You were just
and
stuck
putting
there
air in her mouth. And she was like trying to push me away, like, just go. And then I was frustrated with her because I was like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Like, there's no just go.
Yeah.
I'm not dying.
Like,
you're dying. If I go, you'll just die. And that's sort of like that frustration. I just woke up there.
Shit. That's a scary one. Fuck. I want you to figure this out. Every night's a lot.
Every night's a lot.
It's like when I had a recurring dream like that for like years, it was just so fucking obvious what it was about. Like, I was going over this bridge that just kept getting more narrow until my car didn't fit on it anymore, and then I would panic, and then I would wake up. It was just an anxiety dream. Like, yours is not an anxiety dream. It's just like,
it's life,
a
almost.
place. Yeah.
It's fucked up. It's like I'm living a second. I feel like I'm living a second life. Like, ooh, I read this in a Reddit thread one time, and it was really creepy. This guy said when he was a kid, he was having this dream that he was playing baseball with his friends. He was in the outfield, and he was having so much fun. He was like, this was a dream I had a lot, like me playing baseball with my friends. There were people I never met before, but they were my friends in the dream. And like, they were reoccurring friends, which is a weird thing in its own.
That's
it's
really weird to imagine people in your subconscious, like, sleep mind, and then keep bringing them back up.
And then he said his mom woke him up one day, and he like she just like accidentally woke him up, like, are you sleeping? And he was like, oh yeah. He like woke up from his dream. He was so nice. She's like, sorry. And then he went to try and go back to sleep, and he woke up in the same dream. Like, the dream continued, which people said that's happened to them before.
Only once or twice to me, but that's crazy.
But when
he
woke up, he was laying on the field in the grass, and he was looking up all his friends, and they were like, dude, where'd you just go?
That's weird.
That's weird, right?
That's really weird.
And they were like confused, like, where'd you just go?
Like, what?
Like, he just disappeared for a second and came back.
That's weird. Look at mine.
I know.
That's the best.
It's fucking creepy.
So fucked up.
So like, yeah. So when I go there, I feel like I know the hotel, I know the park, I know, like, I just know it. I'm very familiar with the place, and I'm very comfortable to the point where when I was first having the dream, it was so enjoyable that I would, like, during the day, became a problem because, like, I'd be living my day and I'd be like, I can't wait to go to sleep tonight.
Like, yeah, just thinking about, like, going back to that spot.
Yeah. And I'd be, like, eager for nighttime to come. I'm like, that's kind of scary that I'm, like, excited to be asleep.
Fuck, the concept of having fucking dream friends is freaking me out. It's like, first of all, I've heard that any, like, face that you see in your dream is, like, something, it's like a people who you've seen on the street in your life or whatever. Your brain just, like, stores those files to bring them up as, like, phantom people in your dreams.
I believe that.
Yeah, so, but then who are those kids? You know, like...
But that could just been kids he walked past.
Like, just kids
every day at school, and they were just background. You know how, like your background people?
Life people, yeah.
That you just... Somehow they're on the same walk every day, but you haven't noticed, and it's been 3 years. And it's like that person's in your dreams because you see him. You're just not actually paying attention.
That's crazy.
That's weird.
That's fucking weird.
My dreams always start out with me... a lot of the times at the beach, it starts out... Well, this is sort of how I fall asleep, is by imagining me on a surfboard and the water's clear underneath me and I'm paddling. You know what really fucking resonated with me? This is crazy. When I saw that scene in Moana, do you know what I'm talking about when she's a baby?
I didn't see Moana.
Okay.
I only know all the music from it.
I mean, it is like when I saw the scene in Moana, I wish I could show it to you without being I wish we could pull it up so I could show it to you and it's not just us looking at a clip. It is like the water that she's in is so familiar for me, and like the situation and how weird it is that the water's like working with her. It's like a weird thing where the water and her are like a thing.
Okay.
Is the movie. It's like she belongs in the water. Like she's like a water chick. That's the movie.
Okay.
And kind of like Frozen, she's in
like
a snow
she shares
bitch.
the energy with the ocean.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I get it.
And it was like... so I always imagine myself paddling out in like really clear water, and you could see like fish and turtles, and like it's like beautiful, like blue. And then shit gets crazy, and then I get a tampon in my eye.
Damn it! Damn that tampon in the eye!
What a dirty thing to dream in a beautiful beach, right?
Yeah, that's fucked up. It's fucked up.
And it hit me square in the eye, and it was like all wet.
Ugh.
And there's like blood on my face, and I was like so grossed out.
It's one of the worst things ever, to the extent that when I was trying to think of would you rathers for us for this week, I told you I came in with only half this week, and I was surprised when you mentioned a bloody tampon already today, because my would you rather would be, like, my half of it was going to be to swallow a dirty tampon.
Whose? My own?
No, somebody else's.
Or
mystery.
Would you rather swallow a dirty tampon?
Mystery dirty tampon, which is worse than knowing the person. Like, I would rather fucking swallow Shannon's dirty tampon than a mystery dirty tampon. Like,
yeah.
Like, you know, like, it's just way better than, like, it's not knowing the person's the worst.
Is it disease-free, though? But then that doesn't make it good because you're just going to say no. Because you're not going to risk AIDS for would you rather.
It's disease-free.
It's disease-free. It's just stranger blood, which is still pretty gross.
It's a stranger's
like,
blood.
You don't know how they take care of themselves.
And, like, hold on. It's disease-free, but you don't know. She could have had, like, a yeast infection before her period or, like, a UTI, but nothing that's going to, like, it could be really gross.
It's not going to kill you.
But it's not going to kill you or infect you, like, permanently.
Okay. It could temporarily.
Temporarily. You could have a week of, like, a hospital visit. You're going to have a hospital visit either way. Come on.
What size is the tampon? A light. Come on.
Well, yeah. The thing is, she used a light, but she really should have used a heavy.
Okay, that's fucked. So it's real soaked.
It's like soaked. Like when she pulled it out, it was dripping a little.
I've been there.
What's the other half of this bad boy?
Okay, this is gonna be a really gross one this week, you guys. I'm sorry. So, would you rather swallow a light tampon that should have been a super from a stranger that will not infect you, or that might infect you, but not for death? Or would you rather wear a fecal matter mask of your mother's, but you have to have it on for 24 hours?
A mask as in like
a face mask.
Like I have to smear her shit on my face and like let it dry
and
up.
crack, like go to sleep with it, eat food.
24 full hours.
24 full hours. Or just swallow a light tampon of a stranger.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my God, Kimberly. The poop is also not, it's the same scenario disease-wise.
Disease-wise, same scenario.
Yeah.
You're not going to die from either of them. It's just disgusting.
Your mother's shit won't kill you.
No, I'm going from... It's a hard one because one is over with real quick, but it's
really vile.
Really vile.
Really vile.
And the other one's like really less vile for some reason, but really smelly.
Still pretty vile. I think when
Pretty
you start,
vile.
when you take that first fucking bit of shit on your fingers
And
and
you
rub it
smother
under
it.
your eye,
And you know what you're dealing with?
yeah, you're gonna think it's vile.
What would you do?
I'm not happy with the answer, obviously, but I would eat the tampon.
Me too.
It's a few reasons.
You could be done in an hour.
You're done in an hour, and like, I don't have good skin to begin with, right? So like,
So putting a lot of shit on my face is not going to help.
Yeah, smearing shit on my face for 24 hours is gonna last a week.
Yeah.
You're gonna see the effects of having been shit on my face for at least a week. And
Yeah.
also, I don't think after that you could make yourself feel like you don't smell like shit
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life, phantom smells of shit.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that?
Yeah. Phantom smells of shit. Yeah.
Where you're just walking around for the
Remember
day and
that
you're like,
poop
did I
cave?
shit myself?
Remember
Why?
the poop cave story? I had phantom shit smells for weeks after
Do I
that.
remember the poop cave story? It's
I remember
my
I saw a
it's my favorite
backpack.
story anyone ever told me.
2 weeks later, Emily pulled up a backpack that we had on the beach that day, and we both were like, throw it out. Don't even bring it near us. It was like such bad energy.
I mean, yeah, that's the kind of scenario that would give you phantom shit smells.
Mm-hmm.
They're terrible.
Speaking of DMT, after I smoked it, I had phantom DMT smells. I would smell
I hear
it.
it's smelly, like it's not.
It smells like morning breath.
Yeah, that it literally just tastes like bad breath,
Yeah.
which I'm used to. So it's fine.
Which is fine. I have that every morning. All right, we got to wrap up because I got to get going.
No worries, Kimberly.
You guys, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Broad Topics. We're available anywhere that you can find podcasts: iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play,
Motherfucking YouTube.
Please.
Don't sleep on our YouTube page. You can watch the video version of our show.
Yes, and things get thrilling. We move our eyebrows and our mouths.
We
and
stand up and look at the wall sometimes.
Yes, it gets crazy in here.
Fucking wild.
And then please rate, subscribe, review, share this with a friend. Just tell a friend about it, talk about it, tweet it, throw it on Instagram. Anything helps. We don't charge for this podcast. It's completely free. So the only way we can survive is by your word of mouth. And, just kind of, it doesn't take much time to just either share or review. And yeah. So follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon. Follow me on Instagram at Kim Congdon. Will this come out before Friday?
No.
Okay. Cool. Bye. Alex.
You could
Sorry.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Alex Scar and check out all my shows on Gas Digital Network.
Fuck yeah, guys. All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.